Hey everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we are tackling one of the most beloved desserts out there, the classic, rich and creamy New York-style cheesecake. I know, cheesecake can seem a little intimidating, but I promise, with this recipe and my step-by-step guide, you'll be making cheesecakes that will have your friends and family begging for the recipe. We're going to cover everything from the perfect buttery graham cracker crust to a silky smooth cream cheese filling that is baked to perfection without any cracks. So, grab your apron, preheat your oven, and let's get ready to bake the best cheesecake of your life. Trust me, this is going to be a... First things first, let's talk about the foundation of any great cheesecake, the crust. For our classic New York style, we're using graham crackers. You'll need about 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. You can buy them pre-crushed, or do what I do and just put some crackers in a zip-top bag and have some fun with a rolling pin. It's a great stress reliever! To the crumbs, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar and a pinch of salt. The salt really helps balance the sweetness. Now for the magic ingredient, melted butter. You'll need about 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, melted and slightly cooled. Pour that right into your crumb mixture and stir everything together with a fork until all the crumbs are evenly moistened. It should look like wet sand. Now, grab your 9-inch spring-form pan. This type of pan is essential for cheesecake because it allows you to easily remove the cake without flipping it over. Pour your buttery crumb mixture into the pan. Using the bottom of a measuring cup or glass, press the crumbs firmly and evenly across the bottom and slightly up the sides of the pan. A good, compact crust is key. Once you're happy with your crust, we're going to pop it into a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 175 Celsius, for about 10 minutes. This pre-baking step gives the crust a lovely toasted flavor and helps it stay crisp. While that's baking, we can get started on our luxurious filling. For the hot cheesecake, the filling. The most important ingredient is, of course, cream cheese. And quality matters here. You'll need 4 8-ounce packages of full-fat block-style cream cheese. That's 32 ounces in total. Please, do not use the whipped kind from a tub. It just won't give you the right texture. The absolute most critical tip I can give you is to make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature. I mean truly soft. Take it out of the fridge a few hours before you start! Cold cream cheese is the #1 enemy of a smooth cheesecake and will result in a lumpy batter. So, place your softened cream cheese in the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment, or you can use a large bowl and a hand mixer. We're going to beat the cream cheese on low speed until it's completely smooth and creamy with absolutely no lumps. Scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl. Frequently. Once your cream cheese is perfectly smooth, it's time to add the sugar. We're using 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. With the mixer still on low, gradually add the sugar. We want to keep the speed low throughout this whole process to avoid incorporating too much air, which can cause the cheesecake to puff up and then crack as it cools. Mix until the sugar is fully incorporated and the mixture is smooth. Next, we'll add a little bit of richness and flavor. Add a 1/4 cup of full-fat sour cream, also at room temperature, and 2 teaspoons of good quality vanilla extract. I also like to add the zest of 1 lemon. It doesn't make the cheesecake taste lemony, but it adds a wonderful brightness that cuts through the richness. Mix that in on low until just combined. Remember to scrape down the bowl again. Now for the eggs. We'll need 5 large eggs. And you guessed it, they should also be at room temperature. Add the eggs one at a time. Mix it on low speed and wait until each egg is fully incorporated before adding the next. This is another crucial step to prevent a lumpy batter and to ensure a uniform texture. Overmixing after adding the eggs is a major cause of cracks, so as soon as the last egg is just barely mixed in, stop the mixer. Your batter should be silky, smooth, and pourable. Give it one final, gentle stir with a spatula to make sure everything at the bottom of the bowl is mixed in. By now, your crust should be out of the oven and cooled slightly. Pour that gorgeous, creamy filling over the crust and spread it into an even layer. Okay, Let's talk about the secret to a crack-free cheesecake. A water bath or a bane? This might sound complicated, but it's super simple and totally worth it. A water bath adds moisture to the oven and helps the cheesecake bake gently and evenly, which is the key to preventing cracks. First, wrap the outside of your springform pan with a couple of layers of heavy-duty aluminum foil, making sure it goes all the way up the sides. This will prevent any water from seeping into your crusts. Place the wrapped pan inside a larger roasting pan. Now, carefully pour boiling water into the roasting pan until it comes about halfway up the sides of your springform pan. Be very careful not to splash any water into the cheesecake itself. Now, it's time to bake. We're going to reduce the oven temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 Celsius. Carefully place the whole setup into the oven. We're going to bake it for about 60 to 75 minutes. The cheesecake is done when the edges are set, but the center 2 to 3 inches still has a slight jiggle to it, like Jell-O. Don't be tempted to over-bake it. It will continue to cook and set as it cools. Once it's done, turn off the oven. But don't take the cheesecake out yet. Prop the oven door open with a wooden spoon and let the cheesecake cool down slowly in the oven for about an hour. This gradual cooling process is another one of our secret weapons against cracking. After an hour in the cooling oven, carefully remove the cheesecake from the water bath, remove the foil, and let it cool completely on a wire rack at room temperature. Before you put it in the fridge, it's a good idea to run a thin knife around the edge of the cheesecake to loosen it from the pan. This can also help prevent cracking as the cake shrinks slightly while it chills. Now for the hardest part, the waiting game. Cover the cheesecake with plastic wrap and let it chill in the refrigerator for at least 6 hours, but overnight is even better. This chilling period is non-negotiable. It allows the cheesecake to fully set and for the flavors to meld together and become even more delicious. Don't rush this step. All right, the moment of truth has arrived. Your cheesecake has been chilling patiently, and it's time to serve. Carefully release the sides of the springform pan. You should have a beautiful, tall, and perfectly smooth cheesecake. To get those clean, professional-looking slices, use a long, thin knife. Dip the knife in hot water and wipe it clean between each and every cut. This little trick makes all the difference and ensures each slice looks as good as it tastes. You can serve this classic cheesecake as is in all its glorious simplicity. Or you can top it with some fresh berries, a drizzle of chocolate ganache, or a dollop of whipped cream. The possibilities are endless. Just look at that texture-dense, creamy, and absolutely heavenly. And there you have it! A perfect, homemade, New York-style cheesecake that you can be incredibly proud of. We went through every step, from the buttery crust to the silky filling and all the pro tips for a flawless, crack-free finish. I hope this video has demystified the process for you and inspired you to give it a try. It's so rewarding to make and even more rewarding to eat. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you enjoyed this recipe and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a delicious new video. Happy baking, and I'll see you next time.